Hello everyone and welcome to episode 70 of the Cherry Heart podcast. I'm your host Sandra and this is a podcast about crochet and knitting with some sewing and other crafty bits and bobs thrown in. You will be able to find the show notes for this podcast with links for the things I talk about and pictures and so on my blog, which is cherryheart.co.uk, and I shall also pop the link for this episode down below if you're on YouTube. What else do I say? You can find me around the web as Cherry Heart, and I'm on Instagram as Sandra Cherry HRT. How are you? I'm well, thanks. I hope you're okay as well. It's very horrible here today. Well, it's warm. It's supposed to be 20 degrees, but I'm just looking outside and it looks more like a sort of cool September day. It's kind of misty and damp and not very inviting really. So it's all sort of muggy and horrible. But apparently things are going to brighten up this week, so hopefully we'll have some better weather coming. I wasn't going to podcast today. I don't know, kind of got overtaken by a malaise or something. I don't know. No energy, no get up and go this week. So I almost didn't podcast. I almost put it off. But I thought, I will, because once I come on here and I talk to you guys, sometimes that kind of gets you going a bit. You feel a bit better afterwards. So I thought I would try that. So yes, here I am. Stop saying so. That would be good. I haven't got any finished things to show you. I feel like I haven't got much to show you at all actually, so this might be a shorter episode, but that's okay. Okay. I just had to take a slight pause there because just as I had been saying the weather is all miserable and horrible, right on cue it started to rain, and although it wasn't raining a lot because I'm in the my little craft room out in the garden, it is quite loud in here. So yeah, I didn't think you'd be able to hear me very well, so it seems to have eased off actually now, so I'm going to try again. So what I was going to show you was my first work in progress that I have got on the go, which you have seen before, so I won't talk about this for a massive amount of time. But it's my Florrie Cardigan. So I'm not quite sure how big this was last time I showed you. I think I'd sort of... I don't think I'd joined together under the arms yet, so I don't think I've done that bit. So I think I've put a reasonable amount on. The dog is chewing his blanket now, literally ripping it to pieces, so I hope that's not making distressing background noise for you. What I was going to say was, I've got to do a little bit more knitting. I have to get to a certain length, I think 9 inches maybe or something, and then I can start my lace section. So yeah, that is coming along. I have sort of put it on hold for a bit while I was doing something else, so I got to that stage I think probably last week sometime, and then I haven't picked it up again. But yeah, looking forward to starting work on that again. I'm almost savouring it already because I just really love it. And the yarn I am using is this, which is called Clouds, and it's by Dandelion and Dogwood. Really lovely. I talked about that last time, so I won't go into all that again, but I'll leave the link in show notes so you can look it up if you want to, all the details of it. But yes, that is a progressing nicely project, and nice, not too much thought required at the minute, which is good too. And then the next one I have, again I spoke about last time as well, but it's socks. So I was saying that I was having problems with my... I started to make a scarf out of my Advent minis, and yeah, I hadn't been getting on fantastically well with it. So I've sort of taken a break from that, and I'm taking a tangent at the moment. I've used some of the yarns to make some strappy socks. Just try and get that so you can see colours a bit better. So these are with my Herbstblatt Regina Advent Minis from last year, and I've just added a couple of other ones in. That one is from Lay Family Yarns, and this one is a Dandelion and Dogwood one. But all the others are Regina's Christmassy ones. So yeah, really happy with those, because making these types of sort of scrappy style socks, I suppose. Yeah, they just make me really happy. They're nice and easy to do. And although I don't like vanilla socks if it's just one colour, because I get a little bit too bored for some inexplicable reason, yeah, I really like it when I can put different colours in and change them up. That keeps it interesting, because you only do a few rows of each colour and then it's not long before you're moving on to the next one. And I've just got a Fish Lips Kiss heel that I've done in there, which is my favourite kind of short row heel. And cuff is just a basic 1x1 ribbing. So that's all there is to say about that, really. I'm doing them concurrently, so each time I add a colour I add it to one and then I add it to the other, so they're all sort of going along at the same speed. So they are, as you can see, pretty much almost finished now. I think I've just got the heel to go. Or have I got one more stripe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. No, I've done all my colours for the foot now. I've just got my heels to go. So yeah, I'm really happy with the colours of those though, because I haven't got many sort of bluey, greeny socks in my sock drawer. So this will make a good addition, I think. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else much to say about those. Other than just, I really love this yarn for socks, because it's just that, it's a real nice plump 4-ply that Regina uses. Does she call herself Regina or Regina? I can't remember. I'm not quite sure which one is correct, I mean. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. But yes, I really like her yarn for socks. Right, I'm going to put these away because the needles are clattering and probably being really irritating. But hopefully they'll be finished for next time. And then I've just got to decide what to do with all the other minis that I've got. Maybe there'll still be a scarf, if that idea sort of comes back to life somehow. I don't know. And then the other thing that I've been working on is a kind of long-term project that I've got going on in the background, and that's a blanket project. I think I talked about it, maybe not the last podcast, but the podcast before. I'm not sure. I'll pop it down here. And I was just showing you these little grannies. I only had 2 rounds of these little grannies that I've been making up, and now I've been joining them. So yeah, so I had loads of the little 2 round ones. I've got 10 colours for these little ones. So I'm making like a version of every single combination, which makes 90 squares. And then I've got a darker brown in here, which is that one. So it's 90 squares if I do every conceivable combination, and then I did every conceivable combination again, but without doing the set with the dark brown around the outside, because I made a skirt using these colours, granny skirts. Yes, a skirt, I know. Quite some time ago now. Yes, this was the bottom bit of the skirt, the kind of main part of it. And I just found that if I had too many with this darker outside, it just looked a little too much, a little too heavy. So I've just done it so I make a whole set with all the colours and then another whole set just omitting that last brown row. So I've still got some in there, but they're just a little bit more sparse and spread out, and I just find that balance of colours works for me. So that's what I've done. So this strip of blanket that I have here represents all of those squares that I've made so far. So it's quite wide, so this is going to be the longest edge I've done here. So I'm just going to add down to get the width I want. This is 6 rows I've got so far. So I think I'm going to need another 3 of those sets as I'm thinking of it. So if I do every combination, it's 90, and if I do every combination except the brown outer row, that's 80. So that's 170 squares in each set. So I've done 1 set and I need to do 3 more. But as I say, long-term project, long-term. It's taken quite a while to get this far. It's not been a priority, it's very much been on the back burner. I've just been doing a little bit as and when. But yeah, I did sit down and join them all. And yeah, I just like how it looks once it's got this duck egg colouring on. Yeah, and I'm doing, I've got various different yarns in this, by the way, so again I'll put that in show notes if you want to look what they are rather than go through it every time I talk about it. So yeah, so just check out the links if you want to know about the colours I'm using. But the join I'm using, I'm going for a join as you go, but I'm doing continuous join as you go. So instead of doing the last round on each square and then joining, you know, put the last round on the square, leave it, then put the last round on the square and joining along that side as I go, and so on. I'm working around them all, joining in one long continuous piece of yarn. So no ends. Well, I mean, there have been some because it took more than 1 ball of yarn to do this. But I literally only have an end when I run out of yarn rather than just cutting it for every square. So although there's, you know, you can't deny there are going to be a lot of ends with this because changing every round with the little 2 square ones, there is a lot of ends, I do not deny it, but I really don't mind, to be honest. I just sit and, you know, I'll whip up the green middles and then weave in the green middles, then I'll whip up the red middles, weave in the red middles, and so on, and just do it that way. It doesn't really bother me. It's just one of those sort of mundane, repetitive jobs like stuffing envelopes or something that your mind can just wander away while, you know. So I don't find that too troublesome, but I know people don't like ends, so I get how that can seem daunting. But yeah, that's how it's looking. So the continuous join I haven't done before, so that was quite exciting to try that, and I think it's brilliant. It's so efficient in joining and it saves all of that. I can't believe I did it other ways, in fact. Having said that, I can, because obviously you need to have the last colour always needs to be the same for a continuous join because you're just carrying on. So if you wanted to change the last rounds, obviously you couldn't do it. And also you do kind of need to know what your layout is going to be. So what you would do when you join them this way is you join all the ones in one row, if you like. So I had to sort of determine how many squares were going to be in that row, because once I started working back, you know, into the next squares, that was it. I can't add on to the end. I mean, I could in a more traditional joining way, I suppose, but then it wouldn't be continuous join, and I didn't want to faff around too much with that sort of thing. So yeah, so I had to I laid some out, joined them together and just kept joining until I got sort of roughly the right length, and then I sort of positioned all the rest out so I could have a distribution of these colours that I was happy with, and then I could just you know, go through and just keep joining them on. So yeah, so I've got this is my other end, so this is the end where I've started. And if you can see, I haven't worked a lot. This will be the very last bit I do, is finishing off along here. So once I've added all the rows, I'll then come down, and this side will be the last side, and then that's my beginning there. So that's where I began. And you work up and down these rows, joining them all in. And then I've still got, that's how much yarn I've got at the moment left to carry on once I've got some more squares made up. So there you go. So the join as you go, the continuous join as you go tutorial I used was Heather from Patchwork Heart. So I'll pop a link to that in there, because I haven't got a tutorial for that on my site. I've got lots of other joins, but I haven't got continuous join as you go on there. So yeah, so I'll pop Heather's tutorial in for you so you can see what I used. Yeah, the blues and the pinks. Those blues and pinks make me very happy. Yeah, so that's all the things I'm doing. Like I said, I haven't actually finished anything yet. The blanket will probably go away for a bit now. I've done sort of a bit of a concerted chunk on it. I think that's just wind. Yes, and I haven't really got that much of an idea of what I want to do next either. You know, like sometimes there's like thousands, or mostly to be honest, thousands of ideas bombarding you and sort of going, make me, make me. I haven't really got that going on at the moment. I think because I haven't been sort of on Instagram so much, I suppose, so I haven't been seeing things. Maybe that's what it is that's changed. I haven't been on Pinterest for ages, so it's not that. I don't really go on it anymore. There's too much stuff I didn't pick on there that doesn't interest me, so I just find it boring. Hello. Hello. You're going to come see me, are you? Come on then. I thought you were all curled up and sorting your bed out so you could sleep in that. What happened to that idea, eh? Say hello then. Don't look out the window and ignore people. Oh, silly dog. What was I saying? Inspiration, yeah. So I don't know. I feel a little bit out of the loop again. I had a break from Instagram a little while ago. And it sort of seems to have developed into a bit of a break from a lot of things, actually. I haven't been blogging so much. Yeah, finding it hard to keep up with Instagram, really. Well, not that you keep up with it because it doesn't show you things anymore, but, you know, even so, I just haven't really felt so compelled to go on there so much. It's a bit sad, really, because I used to sort of miss people on it, but now you end up sort of not seeing them even when you are on there, so yeah, there isn't that sort of, I'm not finding it so compelling to go on there and thinking, oh, I miss so-and-so, I'll go on and see what they're up to, because you go on there and you probably won't see them anyway, unless you physically seek people out, which I do sometimes, but, you know, you haven't really got time to sort of search everyone that you follow just to find out what they're doing, because that's kind of why you followed them. The sort of big thing that Instagram don't seem to understand. The ones I follow are the ones I want to see, really. Not like just some of them. Anyway, this has turned into an Instagram rant, and that wasn't the point. The point was, I haven't got like a huge queue at the minute. Where are you going? No, don't lick me like that. Are you going to settle here? Because otherwise you may as well go down and be... Don't try and lick my face. You may as well go down and be unsettled down there as unsettled on me, haven't you? Oh, you're just such a... You just want to have your moment, don't you? This is becoming a habit. You notice that? He's becoming quite... Oh, she's talking. She's talking to no one again. I better go up and make an appearance, I think. Don't you? Yeah. Can't see you now. Do you want to be famous? Star of the screen. Anyway, far too many tangents. patterns. That's what I was going to talk about next. Patterns in progress. So just very quickly then, I mentioned about getting that one out. So I am what are you doing? I'm working on that at the moment. So the pattern's being tested at the moment. I've got some lovely testers working their way through that. So that's going quite well. I'm kind of tempted to make myself another one of those actually, but I kind of want to make a red one and I haven't got any red lace to make it with. So I could order some, I know, but I don't know. I kind of haven't. See, this is how out of it I am. I don't even want to buy anything at the minute. It's not because things aren't lovely. It's just this. You know, I've got stuff. I've got lace weight yarn. I just kind of want to make a red one, and I haven't got red lace weight yarn. But buying more lace weight yarn when I've got some that I haven't even used yet, I've had for quite a while in some cases. It just feels a bit wrong at the minute. It wouldn't always stop me, as you know, but at the minute, for some reason, it is. I guess I just don't want it that much, do I? Yeah, don't know. It's a shame because I've got a really nice bright pink I could make it out of, which I quite like the idea of. I've got a really nice salmon-y colour that I could make it out of. That would be quite nice as well. But I've got a top that a red one would go really well with, so I kind of want to do that. Undecided. Anyway, that's in progress, which is a very long, rambly way of saying. So hopefully that will be coming soon. And then other than that, I made these ones in Catherine of Crafternoon Treats lovely yarn. These socks, and I was going to write up the pattern for that. So I started doing that. And I've put in the square heel. So I know what I did, obviously, and I've done that a few times now, so I'm happy with that. But I'm doing it in 3 sizes, so I just need to sort of just make sure I've got the heel for the other sizes right. Yeah, so that's sort of ongoing at the moment. I'd quite like to make another pair of these as well. You know, just to sort of check everything in the pattern, check everything's right and everything before I sort of take it further. So I might have to do that as well. Oh, that was the only other thing that annoyed me with my stripy socks that I'm making, my festive forest socks, is that I meant something that was on my queue was Jules is what's she called them? The socks with the bunny rabbit socks that have got the little bobbles, little bunny tails on the back of so they're striped. I think the stripes are a bit wider than this, I believe. And they're also toe up, whereas I'm knitting these cuff down, but Jules's patterns is for toe up socks. But I meant to put the little bunny tails in and follow her pattern next time I did stripy socks, and I completely forgot about it and started these. It was only when I got about halfway down here that I remembered the little bunny tails. What are you moaning at? Yeah, so I kind of want to make another pair of stripy socks now because I had meant to make some cute bunny tail ones. If you're standing up and grumbling, you may as well leave. Probably going to bark his head off in a minute and make us all jump out of our skins. What you doing? What you doing? Yes, so that's that stage. What stage? That's that section. What else do I talk about? I'm putting him down. He's looking all on high alert. So the other sections I would normally talk about are pod mail. So I am going to answer a pod mail question, but I'm going to do it in a separate video. I had a message from Ginny on YouTube, and she was saying about this room that I'm in, having a little tour around this room. So I recorded a little video, tidied up a bit, and then recorded a little video sort of just showing around the room. I think I did a sort of reveal on my blog at the time when I moved up to here. But yeah, I've never done a video of it, so I thought I'd do that, and I'll upload that separately, probably later this week or something, I would think. So yeah, look out for that if you were interested in that. And thank you for your question, Ginny. That was It's a good idea to do that, I think. And then the other section I normally do is my incoming goodies, and I haven't got any incoming goodies. I haven't got anything at all for, well, it feels like eons, but certainly not in July anyway. Haven't got anything in July at all. Yeah, so I've been very good on that front. It is Fibre East coming up, so that'll be in July. So I'm sort of holding out for that as well a little bit, because I know even though I don't need anything, clearly, and I have no desire to buy anything at the moment, sat here not at a yarn festival. You know, obviously the second I get to a yarn festival I'm going to be bombarded with gorgeousness that I'm going to want to have. So yeah, it's probably worth holding out a bit for that. The only thing I'm thinking that would be a good thing to buy there would be another a sweater quantity. I'm pausing because I'm thinking we don't call them sweaters here, so it would be a jumper quantity, but no one says that, do they? They say sweater quantity. Yeah, you know what I mean. Enough to sort of make another garment of some sort, really. I think is the only thing that sort of feels like a sensible thing to buy. There's no point buying a load of more one skeins of things, really. I have plenty of those. I have more than enough of those. I need to use more of those up first. But I'm sure once I get that all, that will go out the window. But anyway, this is pure unadulterated irrelevance now that's going on. Just trying to think if there's anything else I could possibly talk about or tell you. It feels very short. I will leave it there then and leave you in peace. And thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you if you were new and checked it out. Thank you if you... I've had a few messages from people recently saying they're new followers and they've gone right back to the beginning and are watching. So when you get up to this stage, thank you so much. Oh, goodness me. I dread to think what some of those early ones were like now, but yes, but thank you for, you know, sticking with me all of this time. Wow, I think that deserves some kind of medal, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there this time for sure. Absolutely, definitely going now. Have a nice time. Find yourself some lovely relaxing crafting time and we'll speak again soon. Okay, bye.